Okay, in this video I want to quickly show you a finished product. This is the final project that I edited on the phone, and I'm going to open it up here. Now here you see a final video edit, and I'm not going to have time to go through the whole thing, though if you look on the website or the iPad app, however you're looking at this particular video, you'll find the final version if you want to watch it. Just one thing also to bear in mind, that you can pinch and zoom your timeline. You can make it smaller and bigger by just pinching and zooming if you need to, but I'm going to be using this pen to make it easier for you to see. Okay, so let's just play a little bit of that. You can see this is the bit we did in the last video, the introduction of Ian walking across the bridge, followed by a little bit of B-roll and the voiceover rolling in the background. Let's play a little bit of that.
But lying within a few miles of the foothills below are villages virtually untouched from their deep historical past.
So if you want to learn more skills about video editing, I suggest you look at the video editing section of this website, which will give you some good tips and hints. So for now, we've just done some straight cuts with the voiceover. I've tried to pace it, so I'm making cuts as I take breaths during the voiceover, and I try to give some kind of representation of what I'm talking about in the voiceover as it goes through. You'll also notice that if I click on any of these clips, the volume has been up and down to try and get a volume that does not compete with the main voiceover, so there's not too much noise in the background. Okay, so let's keep going through. So we've got here the voiceover with clips, and then we see we've got a little bit of space before Ian comes in. And then Ian comes in with his interview, and you can see here I've used a lower third to identify him. Again, if we click on that, you can see the title style as middle here, and I've given him a name, and that allows him to speak. The interview is very simple and should come across.
A gentle hike up a mountain. Halfway up we met some lovely people in where we raised some of the money, and some of the money we've donated hopefully.
There you go, there's the interview, and then we go back to the voiceover, and you can see also that I've taken out the cross dissolves here and put in just straight cuts to make it really simple. Again, a little bit of voiceover back into the interview, and then a voiceover to conclude, and Ian leaving across the same bridge that he started on. And at the end, again, you can see a title coming up here. Just note here that this is actually one clip, these two clips together, and I've split the clip. To do that, you just find a point where you want to split it. You put your cursor, you touch it with your finger, and then you draw a line down that line there, and it will put a split in it. It's just a straight split. Now, the reason I've done that is because here I have a title that comes up, and that title I want to end at that particular point in time. Now if I don't do the split, what will happen is that whole clip will have the title across it, which is coming too early. So there it comes up at the very end. Let's just play the last part there for you.
Experience of Nepal's beautiful mountain villages.
And there the title comes up at the end. Okay, pretty straightforward. It's very simple once you get the hang of it. It shouldn't take you long. It is very limited in terms of what you can and can't do. And it's worth noting that in any of these projects, when you come to exporting them, you can export them as an iMovie project, which you can take into iMovie. You can also take it into Final Cut X if you have that, and you can do far more with it if you can get it into those particular programs on a computer than you can on the phone. But for now, it works fine. It works as a simple edit that I can send from the field. Okay, and in the next movie, I'm going to show you how I'm going to export it, compress it if I need to, and how I send it to the internet.